Salam alaikum. This is video 9. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so you got to get your identity, okay? You got to get your identity. That's the first phase of consciousness, right? Is knowing who you are. Okay, when a mother knows her child is consciousness, what does she do? She keeps calling him by his name until finally he recognizes, oh, she's talking to me, right? Even a dog, you know, the dog knows you're talking to him when he recognizes his name. You know he knows who he is when he recognizes his name. Recognize, put on your name, put on your culture heritage, put on your clothing, culture attire, put on your culture, so you can be recognized as the humanity that you, the divine humanity that you are. When you're in this commercial world, you're accepted as nothing. You're accepted as nothing and you're treated as nothing because you're valued as nothing, because it's their policy, because you humanity go against the the culture of death. Their primal reason for being in existence is to destroy you because you threaten them. Okay, like Iran threatens Zionism. Iran threatens Zionism not because Iran is a hostile nation. No, Iran threatens Zionism simply because it's strong enough to defend itself. If you're strong enough to defend yourself, you're a threat. You're a threat. If you're smart enough to defend yourself, humanity is a threat. If you have enough money to defend yourself, humanity is a threat. Because humanity has to always be subjugated to the betas. They have to always be in a vulnerable position whereby the beta males have the ability to destroy humanity. That is the position humanity has to always be in, the weaker position, in order for the beta males to feel secure. Iran is too strong. Syria is too strong. And when a black person, Hebrew person is too strong, remember, they couldn't look the beta male corporate, the beta male in the eye. Looking him in the eye was a threat, right? Had to look down at the ground because they cannot feel, they don't want to feel your power. They don't want to feel that. And again, the black woman's going to get the power. They trying to get to the black woman first by making you disassociate from her, by making you think, oh, she's too tough to deal with. Let me have her, because she's gonna have power, and they want that power, and that's the only way they're gonna get it, is to get it from the black woman. So you better get to your black woman first, and stop allowing them to treat you like a whore, Hebrew man, by making you want every other woman, and she can be any other woman. She can be a cripple, 90-year-old, anything else other than black or Hebrew. And that's supposed to make you feel like a man. That's supposed to make you feel like the manpower that they took from you, that the Beta Caucasoid took from you, because the Shaitan took it from him, took the manpower from him. So he's going to take it from you. Okay? By denying you, by oppressing you. Okay? But now you have the opportunity to act independent. Now you have the opportunity to get your power back. Now is the time to take it back. Now is the time to take it back. And this will be your only opportunity. Don't go fighting in no wars in Syria. You better consciously object, because your consciousness is awakened. You better understand what conscious objection means. Okay? Don't let him send you over there to kill your air brother, your air body, the embodiment of yourself. Okay? To save his commercial world, by which he gonna use to kill you, Hebrew humanity. You better wake up. Okay? You better learn what conscious objection means. And I watch. They're going to try to change what it means to consciously object, because during the Vietnam War, a lot of people were consciously objecting, even the drunk. Okay? So, anyway. So you better claim your nappy heritage. Okay? And as I said, I, Phenix Ramadan Ljackson, Queen of Queens, Phenix Ramadan Ljackson, I claim my nappy heritage. Okay? I claim my nation of my Hebrew nation. I claim my ancestral heritage of King David. I claim my or better known as King Dawood. I claim my ancestral heritage of King Solomon. Okay? From the divine nation of Judea, which represents the nation of the sun, the nation of the kings, right? I choose not to abandon my ancestral heritage, my ancestral spirituality, okay, or my ancestors, my connection with my ancestors to pledge allegiance to some commercial civility, some corporate of death. I don't do that. Okay, I pledge my allegiance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, I pledge my allegiance to life, to the natural world. So, the Hebrew spirituality is what caused the Hebrew or the black man to be abandoning the cultural heritage of the Hebrew and his Hebrew ancestors, well, placed in slavery and then sold after sold after sold to market and market and market, from market to market to market, and breaking up the family and changing his name and making him losing consciousness, right, from his connection to his ancestors, right? Who, by way of ancestors, had connection to Allah, right, to their Hebrew consciousness, right, caused them to consciously fall asleep, and then eventually, when Emancipation Proclamation, they had to try to survive and try to get some type of income, right? So they had to try to get a job and all these type of things. Like I said, get income, right? So they had to try to, assimilate into what they believed to be the world, right? Which is really a commercial consciousness, right? So they had to assimilate. But now it's time to get it back. It's time to go back. It's time to go back to your ancestors. Now it's time to wake up. It's time to claim your identity, your powerful identity, and it's the only way that you're going to survive. You gotta do it now, okay? Because staying in their commercial world is only going to continue to cause you to degrade and be vulnerable and succumb to the Caucasoid beta junk males, fascist, multinational, Vatican, Zionist, corporate culture of death. If you don't do it now, then you're going to constantly continue to be a victim of the corporate, of the multinational Vatican, Zionist, corporate culture of death, to which even rap tried to, was the intellectual brainchild of the Hebrew black Americans, right? The Hebrew, well, like I said, the Hebrew Americans, black Americans in America, right? Black humanity. Well, I keep doing it, but I see I got to break that way of speaking, because it's wrong, it's bad. Okay, but the Hebrews in America, the African Hebrews, that's the way I'll put it, the African Hebrews in America. Okay, the rap is a brainchild of there. We got to refer to each other as it relates to nationhood, like Europeans and Africans and Asians, and that's the way, not black and white like stupid little children. Okay, though black is beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. Okay, to have hue is beautiful. Okay, I'm not denying that. I look like my daddy. I look just like my daddy. And that's what my mama said. She said when I was born, mashallah, she said, "You look like your daddy." I said, "Really? For real?" I was happy to look like my daddy, because my daddy is strong. My daddy is beautiful. My daddy is regal. My daddy is noble. My daddy is divine. My daddy was created in Jannah. Allah created him with his hands. My daddy is diamond. My daddy is pure diamond. So when my mama said I look like him, oh my God. I said, "Mama, really? I look like my daddy? My daddy?" She said, "Yes, you look like your daddy." I said, "Oh my God, alhamdulillah, thank you, Allah." I was grateful. Anyway, so got to claim your identity. Now, and again, I'm proud because to know, alhamdulillah, who I am, because, I mean, living, you know, in the commercially civilized corporate culture of death, they try to dehumanize African people, people who look like my daddy. You know? They try to make them feel real bad, try to make them feel their hair is ugly, their skin is ugly, their nose is ugly, their body is ugly, their thoughts are ugly, their speech is ugly. Try to make them think everything is ugly about them. And it makes people, try to make them feel, they hate the body they're in, you know? And that's a very bad thing to make a bad way to make a child feel about themselves. It inhibits their life. So when, alhamdulillah, I recognize how grand my ancestral heritage is. I want the beta cockamel to know how proud I am of it. I'm very proud to look like my daddy. Alhamdulillah, I look like my daddy. Thank you, Allah, for letting me look like my daddy. And I am like my daddy, with a strong, strong character, like the diamond, like the breath Allah blew into him. I'm strong like the breath, the Holy Spirit Allah blew into my daddy. I'm strong just like that. And I'm grateful to have that spirit of Allah that Allah blew into that soulful spirit, like Allah blew into my daddy. I want the beta cockamel to know I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I have my daddy's consciousness of having been created on the seventh heaven. I'm happy, and even mashallah, my birth year is of 7/7. So I'm happy. Everything about it, 7 all over. So I want them to know that, because they tried to make me grow through this thinking that the corporate culture of death was a real world, and it wasn't. It's just it's a consciousness, and I'm out of that consciousness. I'm beyond that. I've transcended that consciousness, and I'm happy. So I want them to know, alhamdulillah, I transcended it, and I'm in the natural world where that demonstrates that is all about the beauty of me, that reflects the beauty of me, that I reflect its beauty. I reflect the beauty of the natural world. I want them to know that they tried to hide, they tried to take from me and smother people who look like my daddy under a mountain of isms and uglies and all this kind of stuff, when they're the ugly ones. They're the misfits. I want them to know that. So if they're offended by it, alhamdulillah, I don't care. Be offended by it. Be offended by it more. Okay? I'm going to let you know. Okay, so that's why the African people, you got to get back to your nature. Humanity, you got to get back to your nature. All of you got to get back to your nature. And European humanity, you got to stop being some of you guys got to stop being racist. You got to stop ascribing to that fascism. You got to stop ascribing to the culture of death. Asian humanity, you got to stop ascribing to the culture of death. All over the world, all of you got to stop ascribing to that fascist, commercially civilized culture of death and killing the planet and humanity. All of humanity. Mexican cultures, you got to stop ascribing to that inferior, commercially civilized culture of death, and enjoy your natural Mexican heritage. Okay, and much of it came from Africa. My ancestors, okay, your distant cousins, okay, you got to get back to that, and you got to support each other and reconnect, open up that third chakra, and live divinely unified as one black family. Okay, so you no longer can the Hebrew African abandon his heritage. You got to step into it. Give him back his surname. You're not the child, you're the father. You're not the child. Give him back his name. Give that beta caucasoid back his name. Let him have that name, Butler, that don't mean that don't mean nothing. Okay? Give him back those names that don't have no, I won't say don't mean nothing, but don't have no attachment to you. Don't have no significance to you other than making you a boy. And he can run around and call you a boy because you got his last name. He ain't got yours. when he should be running around, as I said, with the name Zulu. Shaka Zulu. Okay, so the Beta Caucasoid Multinational Vatican, Zionist corporate culture is a culture of death down to its fullest degree, because the Beta corporate junk mail culture of death is only commercial. It's only commercial power, and is designed specifically to disempower the alpha male, to dethrone him, just like Oedipus, because he has an Oedipus complex, right? Because his manhood was taken from him. He has no manpower. Okay. He's constantly chasing the manpower. Okay. Now, now, when Adam may have had his manpower taken, right? But Adam asked for forgiveness, and he went back to Allah, and Allah restored Adam. But Cain is the seed of Satan. Why? Because he was born when Adam, okay, he was born with that spirit. But he didn't ask Allah, for Allah's help. Remember, when Cain, was to make his sacrifice, he gave the worst of his earnings, when he was asked to give zakah, he gave the worst. When Abel gave zakah, Abel gave the best. And Cain got jealous of Abel, just like Shaitan got jealous of Adam, because Adam was created the best. So Cain didn't redeem himself. He didn't get any manpower from Allah. He didn't get any power from Allah. Okay, power coming from Allah is masculine. It's man. It's power. It's not manpower, but it's power. And it's strong, just like direct current, right? Direct currency would be manpower. Magnetic current would be female power, right? So electromagnetic would be male and female, like neutron, alpha or gamma neutron, right? So now we have this power coming from Allah, right? This masculine power which restored Adam, right? And passed on to the other semen of Adam. But Cain didn't. Cain could have restored himself too, but he chose not to, because he gave the worst as a cat, right? So he didn't restore himself. So he had to try to kill to get power, right? Because he was jealous. He didn't want to do what it took to get the power. He didn't want to discipline himself. He didn't want to do the divine thing. So that is why his descendants don't have power today. And then because they don't go to Allah. They go to Shaitan to try to get the power. Not knowing that Shaitan don't have no power either, right? Because mankind, Adam got his power restored and passed it throughout the rest of his semen. That's why European Adam humanity, much of them have manpower. Mexicans, much of them have manpower, have their humanity. Europeans have their humanity. Mexicans have their humanity. Asians have their humanity, their spiritualities, right? So, but the Caucasoid beta males, they don't go to Allah. They worship Satan. Okay, and so as long as they do that, they're going to be, they worship him to get their power. Okay, they're going to kill, rather. They're going to be a culture of death, right? And they're going to trying to dethrone the seeds, the semen of Adam. Okay, because remember, the beta has semen too, but they're demonic semen. Adam has divine semen. Adam has divine semen. That's his humanity. Okay. The beta males have semen as well, but their semen are inhumane. They're demonic. They're inhumane. Okay. They're seeds of Cain. They don't have humanity. They don't have a soul. Okay. So, like the European humanity, they have a soul. They're seeds of semen of Adam. Mexican, semen of Adam. Korean, semen of Adam. They're humanity. Right? Caucasoids are the semen of Cain. They have no soul. They are inhumane. semen of Adam has soul. Okay? The semen of the semen of Cain, which is the semen, or the semen of the soul of the spirit of Shaitan, they are demons, right? They are dehumanized beings, okay? And that's why they are culture of death, and they can do everything. And their primary goal is to destroy the semen of Adam, okay? Okay. Now, and their job is to, like Oedipus, is dethrone the semen of Adam, right? Okay, and take over his queen, right? The black woman, right? Because she has, that's where the power is, right? Okay. So, and destroy his natural world, right? They want to destroy, dethrone the alpha, gamma, neutron, atomic male, and his natural world. Corporate power is commercial power, and beta junk males need, they need and depend on it. Okay, it is their life source. The West is a what does it say? The West is a what? Oh, it's a society. Oh yeah, the West is, as a society, as we said, is the West as a society is still evolving. Okay, whether you be alpha, gamma, neutron, whatever, you're still evolving, because the West is behind the West is behind the East as it relates to advanced civilization. Now you also in the West, many nations were held down by the beta male, right? Like you have the Vikings, right? The barbarian Vikings. You would consider that warring tribes. They were like beta males, right? Okay. Occupying other, like Attila the Hun, and who was that other one? Attila the Hun and the Mongolian hordes and all that. Okay. They were all barbarian tribes. That's what beta males are. They're barbarians. Okay, and they're still barbarians today. They're just organized, corporatized in a culture of death, right? Legalized culture of death. And most of them, and the world is still evolving according to science, right? And their science is still trying to catch up to spiritual consciousness as it relates to advanced societies in the African continent, the motherland. Okay, so and the architecture of the architecture and the knowledge of the African motherland demonstrates in many demonstrates that the superiority and the advanced society civilization of the African motherland, and the consciousness of the African nations, many African nations. Okay, in many Western societies, it is still It's still scientifically. Many Western nations are still scientifically evolving to understand what Eastern spiritualities has been familiar with for thousands of years. So, when attempting to reason with a Caucasoid born of the corporate, of the commercial, civilized corporate culture of death, and basically an uncracked egghead, okay? You must remember consciously that many of them, it will trying to attempt to communicate with them and reason with them and use logic with them will fail, because they can't compare. They won't be able to comprehend the point that you're trying to make spiritually when you're trying to reference something, a theory or something, or something, some historical view or anything like that, because they will not understand your point, the point you are trying to make, because their brain has not been evolved beyond the point of their social structure, or the social structure of their corporate culture of death. Trying to communicate is like trying to travel to the past, and the West is like time traveling, so it will be like time traveling and for the West to try to understand someone speaking like spiritually to them, it will be like for them to be trying to travel to the future, and we spoke about that. Okay, and for an African, it is like traveling from heaven to earth, or from the crown chakra to and falling to the root chakra. It's like a person trying to communicate with somebody with a root consciousness, or somebody with a somebody with a crown chakra consciousness trying to communicate with somebody who only has a root chakra consciousness, or somebody with a super ego, literally super ego crown chakra consciousness with somebody with the altered ego consciousness. The two will not communicate. There has to be some bridge that will connect them. Okay, and that is why it's very important for African people to walk in their culture heritage, because for them to walk in the commercial corporate consciousness is like them wearing a monkey suit. You know, they need to wear their own, and to wear a monkey suit, get up every morning and put on a monkey suit is like putting on the suit that identifies them as a monkey, right? So you want to put on your own attire that reflects your integrity, your culture, spiritual integrity, and superiority. Okay? Now, so you so an African trying to communicate with, let's say, someone with a root chakra consciousness, or an evolved consciousness, like the root chakra, like I said, the root chakra consciousness is like somebody from heaven trying to communicate with somebody on earth. Okay? Or the living trying to communicate with the dead. It would probably be easier to communicate with the dead than it would be to try to communicate with somebody whose crown chakra is, or who is of the altered ego, commercial, civilized, corporate culture of death, corporatized culture of death. Because the death is said, I mean, when the person goes to visit someone in their grave, it's said the dead can hear the living when they speak to them, right? They may not be able to speak or return the conversation, but they can hear. So it'd be easier to communicate with the dead than it would be easier, the physically dead, than it would be able to communicate with an altered person, an altered ego who supports the commercially civilized corporate culture of death and thinking that's the right thing to do. Okay? So, now, so to, okay, so, okay, now, and so that is what's happened when the Adam tried to, the alpha gamma male tries to communicate with a beta corporatized male. When a beta when an alpha, you know, so for instance, let's say when the alpha male, I'm going to say alpha male, when an alpha male approaches when a beta male approaches an alpha male, and the alpha male puts his hands up in the air and he does all the things that, you know, that is supposed to state that he's supposed to do to demonstrate that he's complying with the legal status of the law, he still gets shot anyway. It's the same thing, trying to communicate with a beta male who adheres to the corporate culture of death. He still won't kill, whether the person's right or whether they're wrong. It's the nature of the beast, because that he's a beast, right? Okay, one of the reasons the fascist Caucasoid corporatized culture of death does not want to humanity to embrace, as I said, embrace Islam, is because they don't want humanity to continue and worship. They want humanity to continue and worship the British Caucasoid beta junk male Antichrist, Vatican Zionist Antichrist, and the plagiarize and read from the get their knowledge from their spiritual guidance from the plagiarized British version of the prophet born of a virgin gospel. Okay, so alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, alhamdulillah that this video is complete. These conversations are complete. I will say salam alaikum to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, salam alaikum to the family of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, salam alaikum to all the sahabas radiallahu anhu, salam alaikum to all the prophets alaihi salam, salam alaikum to all my ancestors, salam alaikum, may they rest in peace, salam alaikum to my dearly departed sister Renee, salam alaikum to my father, salam alaikum to my grandmother, salam alaikum to Hamza, and salam alaikum to my beautiful, sweet, loving baby, angel baby, Michael Joseph Jackson, whom I love very, very much. And whose legacy I follow. And yeah, to whom these conversations on Ljackson's Aries green light video conversations are dedicated to. Michael, King of Kings, Michael Joseph Ljackson. And joyous Aries new moon 2018, and joyous solar eclipse, and joyous celestial new annual celestial beginning to myself March 28th, and another one moon celestial beginning Ramadan 7th March 28th. And this Aries new moon is on the at the 28th degree of Aries. So I enjoyed this Aries new moon as well. Okay, so salam alaikum to all of you. Okay, and all of my family. I want you to know I love you, and I thank you for all of your help and all of your support. When I was going through my my balancing out, when my crown chakra opened, my third eye opened, and I told you it causes one to be very, very emotionally and unstable and all this kind of stuff, because it's like being a child again. And my family, it was alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through your favors and you're looking out for me and you're helping me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You have been so wonderful. I want you to know that. I love you all. I treasure you all. Thank you. And Michael Joseph Ljackson, your legacy, that helped me, and your music helped me so much. So I just want, I think I wrote something here. If I can find it. I hope I find it. What I said before my time runs out. Okay, what I said. Okay, because I want you all to know that I'm very grateful for all the support and all the love that you have given me. Okay, because you really have helped me a great deal. Okay, yeah. So the storm is over. Okay, so thank you, family. Thank you for all your support and all of your love. Alhamdulillah, with all your support and all of your love, it made me very, very happy. Okay? So, annual celestial beginning to us all, that we made it past the equinox, and may Allah show great favor on us all. And family, again, thank you, Jazakallah khair. That means may Allah reward you. Jazakallah khair for all the support, okay, and all the love that you have shown me. I thank you. I love you all divinely. Okay, so let's stay together. Let's stay together in love. Let's stay strong. Let's do what we got to do. Okay, and let's defeat this Antichrist consciousness, this culture of death, with love, by loving each other and staying united. One black humanity globally. Europeans, Asians, Mexicans, Africans, North Americans, South Americans, well, that's Mexican, Central Americans, all over the world, because we're one big Adamic family. Assalamu alaikum. Fuck me. Assalamu alaikum.